Hello and thank you for joining us today. In this video, we will show you how to install a CropScan 4000VT on Combine Grain Analyzer to a Case IH 50 Series or New Holland CR Combine. To begin, we will explain the installation steps one by one, starting with 1. Sample head installation, 2. NIR spectrometer installation, 3. Wiring installation and terminations. To install a CropScan 4000VT on Combine Grain Analyzer, you will need the following templates and tools. 1. Sample head installation template, part number CSC 4H0097 for Case IH50 series, and part number CSC 4H0271 for New Holland CR combines. 2. Cordless drill and drill bits or step drill. 3. Angle grinder with thin cutting blade, and 4. General tools like spanners, sockets, wire cutters are required for the installation. Specialty tools like Deutsch crimpers, pins, and plugs are sometimes handy, but not needed for the installation. The sample head is mounted to the outboard side of the clean grain elevator. Position and install the sample head template so that the template fold line sits on the back edge of the clean grain elevator, resting on the aft structure for accurate positioning. Refer to the user manual for extra dimensions. A few tips to note before cutting or drilling any holes. Tip 1. Reposition the New Holland wrench mounted on the outboard side of the clean grain elevator. Tip 2. Use the supplied sample head alloy template to mark out the M6 attach holes, the inlet and outlet holes for hole accuracy. Tip 3. Use a small diameter angle grinder blade for accurate hole cutting. Tip 4. Deburr all holes to remove any foreign material and sharp edges. Tip 5. The M6 stud won't grip in an oversized hole. Drill stud attach holes to exactly 6 mm for stud installation. Step 1. Mark and scribe the 4 sample head stud holes and the elevator inlet and outlet cutouts using the sample head template as a guide. Step 2. Drill the 4 sample head stud holes using a 6 mm drill bit. Drill a 6 mm hole in each of the corners of the inlet and outlet cutouts. With an angle grinder, cut the inlet and outlet holes and use a file to smooth the edges and remove any burrs. Step 3. Install the M6 sample head mounting studs by inserting the stud from the inlet and outlet holes so that the stud is facing outwards. Tighten the supplied M6 nut to the stud to embed the stud to the elevator wall. Remove the M6 nut prior to Step 4. Step 4. Place the sample head onto the M6 studs. Install the M6 nuts and tighten to secure the sample head to the clean grain elevator. For Case IH50 series model combine harvesters, the NIR spectrometer is to be mounted underneath the H-bridge controller. For New Holland CR model combine harvesters, the NIR spectrometer is to be mounted under the grain tank. To install the NIR spectrometer, follow these next steps. Step 1. Loosen the air conditioning tubing and cabling to gain access under the H-bridge and remove the white plastic sieve access panel. Step 2. Position and attach the supplied spectrometer template so that the long edge of the template rests on the vertical edge of the tubular structure and the short edge of the template rests on the horizontal structure. Step 3. Mark and drill the 4 attach holes with an 8 mm drill bit. Step 4. Deburr holes and remove any sharp edges. Step 4. Install a M8 washer under the head of the M8 bolt and insert the bolt from the inboard side so the bolt threads are facing outboard. Step 5. Install another M8 washer and M8 plain nut to each M8 bolt. Tighten the nut to the bolt so the bolt becomes a fixed stud for mounting the NIR spectrometer. Step 6. Install another M8 washer and the rubber dampener to each M8 bolt. Step 7. Install the NIR spectrometer to the M8 bolts and install a M8 washer and nylon nut to each M8 bolt and tighten to secure the NIR spectrometer. Note: a loose spectrometer could damage the internal optics. For New Holland CR combine harvesters, the NIR spectrometer is to be mounted under the grain tank structure. Use the same bolt and washer arrangement as described in the previous steps. Now that the sample head and NIR spectrometer are installed, the final steps are to connect the cabling harnesses to each device. Step 1. Insert the 12-pin sample head cable plug to the sample head 12-pin receptacle. Step 2. Insert the fiber optic cable ferrule into the fiber optic probe until it bottoms out on the inner flange. Secure the locking grub screw located at the 6 o'clock position of the fiber optic probe. Step 3. Run the sample head cable around the front side of the elevator structure and the fiber optic cable around the back side of the elevator and join the two cables together, going upwards along the forward inboard edge of the elevator so the cabling can run up and over along with the existing large red battery cables towards the NIR spectrometer. Loosen the large cabling P-clamps and run the sample and fiber optic cabling through the large P-clamps. Step 4. Insert the sample head cable 12-pin plug to the NIR spectrometer 12-pin receptacle. Step 5. Insert the fiber optic cable to the fiber optic probe ring and tighten the M4 locking screw. Step 6. Secure the sample head cable and fiber optic cable with the supplied cable ties every 50 centimeters. The NIR spectrometer cable is designed to tee into the combine harvester's existing wiring for simple and robust installation. The T-harness provides power, ignition, ground, and CAN 1 and CAN 2 comms to the NIR spectrometer. To install the spectrometer cable, follow these steps. Step 1. For case IH50 and 60 series combine harvesters, disconnect the X010S bulkhead plug and install the supplied NIR spectrometer harness. For New Holland CR combine harvesters, disconnect the X1026P bulkhead plug and install the supplied NIR spectrometer harness. Step 2. Connect the red power terminal to the combine harvester's main battery terminal located on the aft back corner of the cab. Step 3. Connect the black battery terminal to the main ground bolt on the aft back corner of the cab. Step 4. Connect the 8-pin plug at the end of the T cable to the 8-pin receptacle of the NIR spectrometer. Lastly, follow these steps to install the 4G LTE antenna. 1. Clean the mounting surface. 2. Mount the 4G LTE antenna to the cabin roof, aft back corner. 3. Feed the coax cable down between the grain tank and cab. 4. Connect the coax cable connector to the NIR spectrometer. 5. Cable tie the cable every 50 centimeters. Thank you for joining us, and find more CropScan tutorials at our website, cropscanag.com.